For the Festival of Archaeology this week, we're splitting down history into different time periods, and today it's Tudor's Day. And we're going to be having a look at Tudor herbs, and in particular, seeing as ale was a particular favourite of Henry VIII himself, we're looking at the herbs used in the production of ale. So the first question is, what is ale, and how is it different to beer? Well, ale was a drink very similar to beer, but instead of being flavoured with hops, it was flavoured with herbs. So, what sort of herbs might you put into a Tudor ale if you were planning to make it? Let's have a quick trip around the herb garden looking at each of the herbs that might have gone into Tudor ale. Here we have two of the herbs that are used in the production of the ale. We've got white horehound here. Can't say that smells wonderfully, to be honest with you, but I take them at the word that it's good in ale. We've also got sage, and that's the purple flowers in front of me. Another popular plant to include is fennel. This is a bronze fennel. It's quite a young plant, in fact I only planted this earlier this week. So bronze fennel, feathery fronds, and it's these leaves that you'd put in. This plant really does give you a clue as to what it's used for in the name. Its common name is alecost, or sometimes it's called costmary. Alecost was another typical flavouring used in the production of ale. One fact about alecost is that the other thing it's often used for is the production of bookmarks from the leaves, and particularly Bible bookmarks, because the essential oils present in the leaves ward off insects that might damage the books. So you would pick a leaf, largest leaf possible. There doesn't seem to be many big ones on this plant this year, and you'd press it and dry it, and then you'd use the dried leaf as a bookmark in your Bible. So it's also called the Bible plant. Here we have yarrow, which is another one of our Tudor herbs. This is a red flowered variety. They often come in yellows and sometimes whites. It's not the flowers that we're interested in, it's the leaves, which are these really feathery, slightly silvery leaves. And so that is yarrow, one of our ale herbs. This is Artemisia absinthium, and if you're thinking the name sounds familiar, you're quite right. This plant is the active ingredient in the production of absinthe, and it's another one of our Tudor ale herbs. Perhaps this explains why some of the ales were more popular than others. Our next herb is chamomile, and what we've got in front of us here is two types of chamomile. The flat plants there that you can see, hopefully, that is lawn chamomile. It doesn't flower, and it's got really quite a strong scent to it if you rub it. This taller variety here, which is self-sown, and I've left just for the purpose of filming this, is a much older variety of chamomile. It's German chamomile, it's often referred to as, and it really doesn't have very much smell to it at all. But it is this chamomile that is used for the production of chamomile tea, and would have been used in the production of Tudor ales. So if you do fancy having a go, don't get yourself some of the really very strongly scented lawn chamomile. You want the much taller flowering German chamomile with a much milder flavour to it. No tour of the garden looking at the herbs used in the production of Tudor ale would be complete without a quick look at the plant that replaced those herbs, and that is the hop plant. And here we have a golden variety of hops. This will produce masses and masses of hops in just a couple of weeks' time.